couple of months ago, I made this video. In it, I talked about how the new Chat GPT feature that talked about the advanced voice mode would change the way you do real estate investing. But one of the things I stipulated in that video is that while the voice mode is a game changer, that I'm sick and tired of all these gurus talking about how AI can communicate to your sellers and close deals. I told you, AI is not the answer when it comes to negotiating your deals. Sure, it can help you with structuring the process of emails, the actual creations of text messages, follow-up campaigns, your website, and so on. But it's not there yet when it comes to negotiating your deal. Boy, has a lot changed in the last 60 days. Now, what do I mean by that? It still isn't there to negotiate deals. But what AI can do, and more importantly, the advanced voice mode feature of ChatGPT on your mobile device, what it can do is make you an expert when it comes to negotiating your deals. I'm not just talking about your wholesale deals. I'm talking about your buy and hold deals. I'm talking about your subject to deals, your owner finance deals. With the new advanced mode feature, and I'm referring to the voice feature, now have the ability to have your own personal expert negotiating coach right in your palm of your hand. And let me show you what I mean. I'm going to be using the actual voice mode feature for the mobile device on my iPhone. Check this out.
Hello, mad scientist. How can I help you today?
Let's do some role playing.
Absolutely. What scenario would you like to role play today?
I want you to be a homeowner that's selling your property to my We Buy Houses company. And I want you to give me objections that homeowners would have when it comes to working with a We Buy Houses company. And also give me the actual assessment of how you think that answer should have been handled properly. Okay?
Got it. Let's dive into a scenario. As a homeowner, my first objection is, I'm worried that your offer will be way below market value. How do I know I'm getting a fair price? Now, go ahead with your response.
That's a great question, Mr. Jackson. Now, the best way I can help you with that answer is the fact, first, I'm going to show you exactly what the valuation is in your neighborhood and how we came up with that price. Because a deal isn't a deal, and that's just a win-win for both of us. Next of all, we're going to make sure that we close on the date and time of your choice so that we know that we have a situation that will be favorable for both of us. As a matter of fact, if it's not a win-win situation that involves you getting what you want out of the deal, as well as us as the investors getting what we want out of the deal, that makes it a bad situation. And the last thing we want is bad blood between us. We don't make money just by ripping people off. We make money by coming up with a fair and sound solution to help them with their house selling problem. And that's what I guarantee when you work with our company, Chucky Buys Lucky Houses.
That's a solid response, Charles. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. You effectively addressed the concern by explaining your process and emphasizing the importance of a win-win situation. For an even stronger answer, you could briefly mention specific methods used for valuation, like comparable sales in the neighborhood, to add more transparency. Ready for another objection?
Let's go for it.
All right, here's the next objection. I've heard that selling to a We Buy Houses company means I won't have to pay any fees or commissions. Is that really true? Or are there hidden costs I should know about? Your response?
Mr. Jackson, that's absolutely a fact. As a matter of fact, we'll pay all the closing costs. You don't have to worry about a real estate commission, and you can close on the date and time of your choice. Everything is written on the actual paperwork that makes this a smooth sailing type of transaction so that everybody will benefit from this type of deal.
Another strong response, Charles. I'd rate that a 9 out of 10. You clearly explained the benefits, emphasizing no hidden costs and a flexible closing process. To make it even better, you could mention your company's track record or testimonials from other satisfied sellers.
Now, I just put it on pause, but I want you to understand that we're actually practicing negotiating. That's what we're doing using this feature. Now, you can even switch it over so that you can go from practicing negotiating a simple wholesale or even practicing negotiating a subject to deal. Let's do objections if I'm an investor looking to buy your house subject to. So I'm going to be the investor. Company name is Chucky Buys Lucky Houses. And I want you to give me objections when it comes to you selling me your house subject to the existing mortgage. Do you understand?
Got it. I'll be the homeowner with objections about a subject to deal. Here's one. I'm worried about keeping the mortgage in my name. What if you stop making payments? I'd still be on the hook, right?
Yes, that's true, Mr. Jackson, but it's not an Al benefit to stop making payments. You see, when we take over property subject to, generally we're putting hundreds of thousands of dollars in your property, which means that we would lose every dime that we're putting into your property. That's one thing. Two, we're also in a situation where we will lose the actual money that we're paying on your mortgage if we take it over subject to and stop making payments. And last but not least, we have it in the paperwork that we will continue to make payments on your property. So by way of bound of the contract, this will ensure that we continue to make the payments. We would be a fool if we stop. And these are things that we have written in paper, that written on the paperwork that you will see that will ensure that we continue to make the payments.
Solid answer, Charles. I'd rate that an 8 out of 10. You highlighted the financial commitment your company makes and the contractual obligations. For an even stronger response, you might assure the homeowner that you're open to setting up a system where they can monitor the payments being made. Ready for the next objection?
Let's do one more. Absolutely.
Great. Here's the next objection. What happens if you can't find a buyer or tenant for the property after you take over? How does that affect me? Your response?
Great question, Mr. Jackson. The key part through our contract is that we state that if we don't find a buyer within 60 to 90 days of your property from the time in which we put it on the market for sale, then we will turn the property back over to you with your mortgage being up to date and your property being rehabbed and ready to go, which means you're going to get your property in a better condition than what you actually turned it over to us. So really, it's a win-win for both of us, but more importantly, it's an absolute win for you because your property will have been rehabbed and your mortgage would have been current.
That's an excellent response. I'd give that a 9 out of 10. You provided a reassuring solution by offering a time frame and a guarantee that protects the homeowner's interests.
Now, the best part about this feature is that this can be used for a number of situations. As I mentioned, you can use it for practicing negotiating rent-to-owns. You can use it for practicing negotiating wholesale deals. Use it for practice negotiating subject tos, even short sale deals. So you could actually have an expert negotiator in the palm of your hand by way of the new ChatGPT voice mode that will allow you to really, and I mean really, step up your game when it comes to negotiating. And one more thing, this is also a great tool to use when you're dealing with homeowners that speak a different language. It can translate what they're saying into the language that you want to respond in so that you're able to understand exactly the full conversation. So key thing here is it's already set inside of your $20 a month ChatGPT plan. It's for the mobile device, which means you can get it for Androids and iPhone. The bottom line is this is a game changer when it comes to you learning and understanding how to negotiate your deals. Charles Blair, Mad Scientist, signing out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.